My man Czar make tracks like this.
What's going on, y'all? I want to give you my review of the PreSonus Eris HD10 BT. This is PreSonus's first wireless headphones, and they also have active noise canceling. I picked up a pair of these because I wanted some everyday noise canceling headphones that I can use without wearing out my Sony MDXs, which I primarily use when I travel. And I just came back from NAMM, and instead of taking my Sony MDXs, I took the PreSonus Eris HD10s. So in the box, you have the headphones, you have your cables, and you have the case. The box has this nice magnetic latch, so really nice packaging here. The headphones themselves have a very nice feel, and they are comfortable. I do feel they're a little heavy on the head, but most importantly, they are comfortable, and they have PreSonus logo. One side, you've got the PreSonus logo going across the top. So very nice look and feel to these. Regarding how they operate, I do find it odd that if you hold the down, or if you hold volume down, I would think that that would be your previous track and holding up would be your next track. But with these, if you hold down, that is your next track, and holding up is the previous track. So I feel like that's kind of inverted. Powering it on, I feel like it takes it a while for it to power on. It's maybe 2 or 3 seconds, but I don't know. It just feels like I'm holding that button for a while when I power them on as well as power them off. But overall sound of them, I have a pair of Bose, I forget the model number, my Sony MDXs. I don't feel they sound as good as those, and I don't feel that the active noise canceling is as good as those, but the noise canceling is pretty good. I just don't think it's on par with Bose and Sony, but these are also price-wise well below Bose and Sony. They did a pretty good job on my flight to LA, and I ended up using them the whole trip. I did bring my Sonys just in case I wasn't happy with them, but on my flight there and back, I did stick with the Eris HD10s. I want to mention the carry case that comes with it. I'm not really a fan of the case. I just wish that it had something that, like a handle, not a handle, but like a loop that I can just hold in my hand. If you're going to put this in a backpack, you're fine there, but I do wish that it had that. I also wish that it had something on the inside to stick the cables in, instead of you just having to toss them in here. And I do feel that the case is a little bulky. The headphones itself, I understand, may be a little bulky, but it's a larger form factor than my Bose and my Sonys. Included cables, you have your USB cable for charging, of course, and you have your cable if you want to hardwire it and not go wireless. So PreSonus also advertised these as studio headphones. I will say, if you plan to use these as studio headphones, you might want to get a longer cable, just because this cable is not that long to me as far as for recording. But back to the sound, I'm very pleased with the sound. Like I said, I don't think they sound as good as my Bose or Sonys, but I've had a very enjoyable time listening to music through these. For $129, I definitely recommend these. If you want top of the line active noise canceling, I would say get the Bose or get the Sony. But if you're just getting into noise canceling at $129, I feel like these are hard to beat. One thing that disappointed me about these headphones is that they only connect to one device at a time. My Bose headphones allow me to connect to multiple devices at a time, which I've really been spoiled by. Just living in a world today where everyone has multiple devices, cell phones, laptop, iPad. So it would have been really nice for these to connect to multiple devices, but they don't. That's my thoughts on the Eris HD10. Any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I want to invite everyone to check out my new podcast, the Faders Up Podcast. It's a podcast about pro audio. I've got me and 3 other Nashville professionals. We're discussing pro audio topics, pro audio lifestyle. And it's available on Apple Podcasts and it's available on Spotify. So check it out, rate it, let me know what you think.